Hi guys, welcome to Pea Puffer Kingdom. This is episode 16 of Pea Puffer Kingdom. Today, as the title suggests, we're going to look at a very unique type of tank bait for the pea puffers. This is one that I thought about getting for a while, but I was a bit nervous about getting whether it would work, whether it wouldn't work. And then after seeing it in a fish store, a local fish store, I researched it very quickly, but thoroughly, as much as I could there and then, on Facebook groups of people who have been keeping this with pea puffers, and everyone's had success rates with them, really, really high success rates. So that's what I did. Before we go into that, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that's subscribed to this this channel. We've got 370 subscribers, which is nuts for a pea puffer channel. I was hoping to get to 100 maybe, but we've more than tripled that, and it's going up every month. So thank you so much for your support. If you haven't watched all the videos yet, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. There's such a variety of videos on there. We've got top 5 things to know before you buy your pea puffers, about the health of them, what to look for, what to avoid. We've got feeding videos, feeding question videos. My most successful video by far is the top 5 possible Tankmates for pea puffer videos video, which is 9,500 views and counting. So yeah, if you're subscribed and haven't watched all the videos, then check out the ones that you haven't watched yet. And if you're new to the channel, just binge the whole lot, give them all a thumbs up, all the comments, how much you love the whole thing, and that really helps. So without further ado, let's go to the place where I got the Tankmate and let's find out exactly what it is.
Bamboo shrimp. So this is one that I've been thinking about getting for quite a long time now. And yes, with some research whilst I was there, finding out that there's a lot of success rate with these guys with pea puffers, I had to get one. I was going to get 2, but I thought I'll get 1 because they can be temperamental in terms of with different water parameters. But my tank's well established, it's been up and running for a year now, so I'm taking the risk. These are some pea puffers that they had in the store, so obviously I had to look at those. Look pretty healthy. One was a bit skinny, but the rest are not healthy. Those angelfish aren't in the same tank, but they're certainly having a good look at pea puffers, so I doubt they'd be a good tankmate at all, pretty horrendous. But now we're going to show you, I'm going to feed the pea puffers in my own tank bloodworms before putting in the bamboo shrimp, just to make sure they're calm and that they're fed well and that they got no reason really to go for the bamboo shrimp. So the transfer is successful and smooth. So we're going to feed them lots of bloodworms and get their bellies nice and full. And in the meantime, say goodbye to these guys.
They can see the lid's open and they're super excited for the bloodworms, so without any further ado, just chuck some bloodworms in, get these guys with a little bit of food in their bellies, and then we will release this guy, or girl. It might be a girl actually, this is the bigger abdomens for the women, so maybe this is a female. And the 2 new ottos will be going into the tank. Let's get those bloodworms in. Nummy, 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 I got bloodworms in my tummy and I feel like loving you. Bloodworms. We're getting crackers for them. They haven't had these for a long time. I've been feeding them tubifex worms for the most part. But really, absolutely loving these. Absolutely destroying them. Get a few more in here. Let's try not to blur the camera too much to focus there. I'm going to drop a few more in. Yeah, I haven't had these for a long time. They really, really love these bloodworms. I forgot how much they enjoy them actually. Yeah, I'm going to feed them up. The females always seem to have a round belly regardless of how much they've been fed or anything, so it's going to be interesting to see. So when you're adding new fish, or in this case shrimp, to the tank, the best way to go, I would say, is to get a net and then you pour the net and the water with the fish actually into the net so that the fish land in the net. The water actually goes into the bowl here, so you're not actually putting any of the potentially contaminated water into the tank. So the water is going to go through the net into the bowl, and then you put the fish in from the net straight into the tank. That way you're not getting as little cross contamination as possible. Ooh, she's a beauty. I'm going to put the ottocinclus in first. Okay, now remember to record. I'm going to put the bamboo shrimp into the net, pour the water out of the bag,
and then get this lady into the tank. Okay. Just pausing. Let's get this into the net and get it in. He's hanging in there. There it is. Right. He, she, we don't know. So, squeeze my hands. She's get her in quickly. She's in the water just there, but I'm gonna get her out now. So, there she is in the tank. I don't actually think any of the puffers know she's there yet. So this is going to be the first time they notice if they're around. I mean, there's puffers right here. Sorry about the reflections, but doing this during the daytime. So time will tell. I'm not going to nudge her to make a move or anything like that. Just let her settle in for a while. And yeah, all the puffers, get this to focus, all the puffers, as you can see, are leaving the shrimp alone in the middle there. Now, it probably largely is because they don't know she's there yet. But I don't seem to be that bothered at all by bombarding her way into the tank and crashing down here. So this is the bamboo shrimp. This is a fan feeder, so they'll get up, hopefully there'll come a point where she'll get all the way up to the top here and feed out of the water column. I may need to move a couple of the branches to make sure it's right in the water column there. But BFP trying to show off and be a model. But she will be in fan mode up here, catching any debris, bits of food, particles that come off there, and then they lick them off. They're sort of fan-like hands. I see a bit of movement now. She's just starting to come alive. The ottos are still very much perched at the side here. Really healthy looking ottos actually. So I think this one at the bottom looks a little bit skinnier, but we'll see how they do. We've got two more ottos that have been in here for quite a while now, so they're really well established, so hopefully they'll find each other and start kind of hanging out and feel a bit safer. But yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, there's not a lot going on because I've fed the puffers so they wouldn't be interested, and that plan actually seems to have worked perfectly. Whether they'll still leave this bamboo shrimp alone in the long run, we'll wait and see. But I'll do another update on this and then add it to the same video. So we'll see maybe in 24 hours how she's doing. But this is the new bamboo shrimp for the Pea Puffer Kingdom tank. Tank. So there's a little bit of interest from BFP there in the bamboo shrimp. That literally happened to one of the smaller puffers as well a second ago. Going up to the bamboo shrimp, kind of checking it out, not going for it, but having a good look, seeing what exactly this new thing is in the tank. And I think it was probably on purpose because she's done that for the second time now quickly, where she actually uses these long kind of antennae which you're seeing moving there to almost warn them off. So before they even get close to have a look, let alone try and bite her, which I don't think they're going to. She gives them a little waft with the antennas and then off they go. And she gets left alone, so hopefully that continues. There we are. Yeah. So the left eye there seems to be bigger than the right on closer inspection. But looks to be in good condition, because apparently when you're buying bamboo shrimp, oh, here comes Grace having a look. See if she gets wafted by the antennae as well. So really good news. We're only about half an hour into her joining this tank, and she's already fanning for particles in the water. I thought maybe it would take us some time to settle in, maybe a few days, even a week, but already looking to get food from the water column. She hasn't realised that there's a much better place for that up the top here of the branches and maybe even the leaves right in the middle of the water flow there, which is probably where she'll end up. But it's really, really positive signs to see that she's looking to feed already and acting very natural. And she found herself a little nook and cranny that she wants to stay in. She was walking around this little area here, kind of shocking the puffs a little bit. But she's already feeding, which is an excellent sign. So this is the tail of the bamboo shrimp that I've just bought and put into the tank. You see all the detail there. It's got really kind of, at the moment, faded kind of dull patterns to mix in with the background of woods and everything that it's going to be lying in. Oh, that's a great shot there. You can actually see the pupils in the eyes. Wow. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to see it in as much detail as this, even though this is the macro lens on my phone. All little dots on its head, the pupils in the eyes. See all the details. It's long antennas. Oh. Little legs. Really, really interesting sort of specimen, this. I really look forward to seeing this one grow out. This is about 1.5 inches at the moment, and they can get to between, I believe, 3 and 4 inches. So it's going to at least double its size, which would be quite something to see in this tank. And if it continues to go well, I may even get another bamboo shrimp. I mean, look at the detail in that. It's incredible. Wasn't expecting to see the whole pupil. See the little ridges on the tail there. Almost like little hairs. Really, really happy with this. Looks like something out of a horror movie. I mean, that's what Alien was inspired by, wasn't it? The insects and things like that. You can see why. Amazing shot there. Wonder if this will tempt some people to get bamboo shrimp for pea puffs, if this turns out to be successful. It has so far. And I feel like if they're not going to go for the bamboo shrimp straight away, or even after half an hour or an hour, then they're probably just going to leave her alone. Good times. So further into the evening now, having the bamboo shrimp in here, and the pea puffers don't seem that bothered by her at all in the slightest. If anything, they just barely notice her in any capacity. But as you can see, there's a lot of chasing in the tank this evening. I don't know if it's giving food into them and gives them the energy to start chasing around like this, but the female's getting hounded at the moment by 2 of the males. That's the female there. I think that's Grace, I think. She's just finding places to hide whilst the males are trying to basically get with her and breed. But she's not really getting a moment to rest. Which is why I'd like to get 2 more females, really. But it isn't all the time. It is quite aggressive at the moment, but most of the time they're fine. I've just caught them now in a bit of a chasing kind of mode. And you see there her hiding, trying to keep away from them. Breathing quite heavy. Being chased around all over the tank. There was a bit of breeding action in kind of the crevice up here in the wood there, where one of the males, I think it was Scar, was rubbing up against her. So they don't seem that bothered by the shrimp if they're still doing all that kind of stuff. More chasing going on. But this is what you can kind of expect. You see the bamboo shrimp just starting to settle in, moving around a little bit more, figuring out where she wants to go. Not bothered by what's going on around her in the slightest. She's settling really well now. And I feel like that's going to be her all settled into her new home now.
So 2 weeks into having the bamboo shrimp, this is a rare sighting. She likes to kind of hide out in nooks and crannies. She likes to be by the filter. Obviously, that's where a lot of the particles are for her to feed off. This is her walking across the central part of the tank. So it's a rare sight, but she also appears towards the top right of the tank on the big Anubias leaves and has made a new best friend in one of the ottos. Now, I would say if you want a tank mate that's going to be out and about a lot, this isn't for you. But if you want something that's almost like a pleco in the sense that it comes out now and then, it's great.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's something very different. Grace is just here to say goodbye. Next month, we're going to look at the rearrangement of this tank, re-aquascaping it, so that the puffers have more chance of getting away from each other with the breeding action getting to fever pitch here. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll see you next month.